Hi everyone, it's Bev DeBono, and I have a beautiful sunflower layout that we are going to be creating. And we're going to be making this really pretty sunflower using the diamond pattern from our gemstone pack. So it will be this pattern from our gemstone pack. But before we start, I just wanted to share this beautiful sunflower fields collection with you because it is really very, very pretty. And the collection includes the papers, and I just want to fan those out for you. Some beautiful, beautiful sunflowers in watercolors and nice browns and all the tonals that go with it, with the purples and the oranges. And I'm going to be using a lot of this tonight. Another page of sunflowers, this beautiful field of flowers, and some nice golds. The collection also comes with the gold shimmer, which will be back in 2024. However, I do have some of those in stock. Also, the sunflower embellishments, the beautiful matte packs, and the sticker packs. And I want to also let you know that these two chunky alphabet letters, and these are from this one is from Tropic Time, the green, and the brown one is from the Zoo collection, but they coordinate really well with this collection. I've made quite a few pages with this in addition to tonight's page, but these are really very, very pretty pages and really quick to put together, and really something that I think you will love. And sunflowers make everyone happy. So I'm going to continue with the sunflower theme tonight, and we are going to be making our sunflower up in the corner. So to start, we're going to need a background, and we're going to need an inner base. So we need an outer base and an inner base. I also used mats from the collection for these two mats, and then a smaller mat was also in the collection. And then to make the sunflower, I am using a couple different colors of yellows and oranges, and I'm going to just blend those all together. So here is my base, which is my busy pattern. I'm going to put the dark green as my inner base. I'm going to be cutting my sunflowers out of the yellows, the leaves, the petals, the yellows and the oranges, and then the inner part with the brown. This is all from that collection. And then I'm going to be using some mats from the matte pack that comes with the collection to give me a title and also to make a journal box. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to take our busy paper as our outer base. And for this, and because I'm also using an inner base, I don't want to waste so much of this paper. So I am going to hollow it out, and I am going to make a 2-inch hollow frame. A 2-inch hollow frame with the base. So let's get our binder clips, and we're going to put that on our trimmer. We're going to put our paper, lift up the arm, put our paper at the 2-inch mark on the right-hand side. And I want to start cutting I want my blade to start cutting at the 2 inches. But that means that my housing, the bottom of my blue housing piece, has to start at the 3 inches. Because when you look at the side of this housing unit, you could see this white line is where the blade is actually cutting. And there's actually a 1 inch from the top of the housing and a 1 inch to the bottom of the housing. So to have my blade start cutting at the 2-inch mark, I'm going to move my housing to the 3-inch mark, and I'm going to put a binder clip, not a paper clip, a binder clip on the track behind the housing so that it can't go back up to the top. We're not going to cut all the way to the top. And likewise, we want our paper to end, our cut to end at the 10-inch mark to give us a 2-inch hollow frame. So I want the bottom of my housing to stop at 11 inches. And I'm going to go ahead and put my binder clip at 11-inch mark. Okay, and now what I've done is I've effectively created like a little gate, and my housing is only sliding between the two binder clips. Okay, make sure your paper is at the 2-inch mark, and we're going to start at the top. Well, at the top of the binder clip, the bottom of your housing is at 3 inches. Press down and go to the bottom of your housing gets to 11 inches. Lift up, turn to the right. Put your paper at the 2-inch mark. Start again where the bottom of your housing is at 3 inches. Press down and you're going to end where the bottom of your housing is at 11 inches. Turn to the right. Put your paper at the 2-inch mark. Start where the bottom of your housing is at the 3-inch mark. Press down and cut down till the bottom of your housing is at the 11-inch mark. Turn your paper to the right. Start at the 2-inch mark. Start your housing at the bottom of the bottom of your housing at the 3. Press down, end where the bottom of your housing is at the 11. And now you have created a 2-inch hollow frame. And the reason we do this, I'm going to remove my binder clips because we're done with those right now. The reason we do this is because when we put another paper on top of it, in this case, another base, like we have in that full sheet of the dark green, it creates a lot of weight in our albums. And when we cut out a hollow frame, we're effectively reducing the weight on the hinges in your albums. Now we're ready for our inner base. And also the other reason I like to do this and cut out that hollow frame is because now I have this extra piece of paper that I can use somewhere else. And I love to use up all my papers. Now the inner base I'm using is a solid, and I'm going to be using a dark green for this one. And I'm going to be cutting this to 10.5 by 10.5 square. 10.5 by 10.5 square. So let's open our arm and let's put our paper at the 10.5-inch mark. And this arm goes all the way out to 16 inches if you ever want to know. So put your paper at the 10.5-inch mark all the way to the top, and we're going to cut straight down. Turn to the left. Put your paper at the 10.5-inch mark all the way to the top. Again, make sure it's all the way to the top, and cut that down. And let's go ahead and let's tape this down right to our outer base. And I like to tape it down right away so that I don't have all this excess running around. And make sure we're only putting tape on the outer edge, because we don't have anything in the middle of it to hold that together. So you don't want to be putting tape in the middle because you're actually taping, really not taping anything. So this is a 10.5-inch square. So you are probably going to be centering it at the 3/4 inch all the way around. And then go ahead and adhere that inner base to your outer base. So we have a little bit of the sunflowers peeking through just to tie it all together. Now we're going to make this beautiful sunflower pattern. And we're going to be using the gemstone, the diamond from our gemstone patterns. So the gemstone patterns come with the 2 hearts and then this diamond. We're going to be using the diamond from that collection. And we're going to be cutting, I'm going to be cutting a couple of different colors to make the petals of the sunflower. So I'm going to use an orange and I'm going to use a gold from that collection. And it's fun because the gold in that collection has a lighter yellow on the other side, so I'm able to use both pieces. So you'll need 3 colors for your petals. If you have one that you can use both sides, then you only need 2 colors. Now with my diamond pattern, I'm going to cut on the inside with the blue blade. The inside with the blue blade. Okay, so the blue blade on the inside track. And I'm going to cut, I need 8 altogether. Well, I need 8 petals, but I'm going to be cutting these in half. So I need 4 altogether. And I'm just going to put my, now the blue blade cuts on the inside, so you can actually put it as close to your edges as possible. Cuts on the inside. Okay, and once you have it positioned, you're able to then make 4 diamond cuts. So I have 1, and then I'm going to make another. Now I'm going to go straight down here because I do like to have longer pieces to use for borders, 12-inch pieces. So instead of going side to side, I really want to go up and down with this one, but it's up to you, whatever you like to use better. I just think that a 12-inch strip is much more useful for me than little rectangles sometimes. Okay, so I need 4 altogether, 3 different colors. So I have 2 of my orange, and I'm not using the other side of the orange, so I only need 2 of those. And now I'm going to take this gold pattern, and I'm also going to cut 2 from there. Blue blade on the inside. Oops, that wasn't all the way in my groove there. And that if that happens, then that means that you were not in the groove in the track. There we go. And we're just going straight around with those. And then I need 1 more. Two. Okay, so I need 8 petals altogether. So I am cutting 4 diamonds. Oh gosh, I just cut off the tip of that, but that's okay. I'm going to use it for one of the sides there. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to cut these in half. And these measure 4.5 inches. So I'm going to cut these in half at the 2 1/4 mark. 2 1/4 mark. So just put them straight onto your trimmer side to side. Make sure that they are even, and then just cut them at the 2 1/4 mark. The 2 1/4 mark. And you are cutting them in half. And this one I'm using the light side. 2 1/4 mark, side to side. Then the last one. Okay, and now we need to get a base here for our sunflower. So sunflowers have yellow on the inside, and there's usually some brown to the sunflower. So I have my brown paper. And for the yellow, I actually am going to use a title from the stickers, from the matte pack there, and use that like I did with this one, Happy Moments. That was a title that's on the mats in that collection. So if you're not using a title, you need the inner piece here to be with circle number 1. Circle number 1, which is your smallest circle of the groups. And we're going to use the red blade on the outside. Circle number 1, red blade on the outside. And if you're using a mat, I'm going to line it up right with that title. And so many of the mats that come in the mat packs, you can cut for beautiful titles, just like this one, or one that I did with this one, Happy Moments. So I'm going to line that up, and I'm going to just make sure that it's centered totally in the middle. And I'm using my red blade on the outside, circle number 1. Red blade on the outside. And if you're using one of the mats, you should be able to get a clear cut all the way around. And sometimes I may have to just use my micro tip and clean that up a little bit if I didn't press too evenly enough. There we go. Okay, and if you have a little, just clean that up with your micro tip scissor. So I now have my title here cut from my mat. And I want to put my title onto another base. And for that, I'm going to be using circle number 2 with the red blade on the outside. Circle number 2, which is our medium circle, with our red blade on the outside. And I'm going to be cutting this in the brown. Okay, there we go. And now we're ready to start assembling our sunflower. So I'm going to tape this down. And if you want to, you can hollow out the middle of this. You can take the circle that you just cut it with and use the red blade on the inside and just hollow that out, because you may use that for something else. So I'm going to put my title onto my brown piece for my sunflower, and now I'm ready to start building my petals. So the easiest way to do this is just to start arranging some of your petals around the sunflower, around the sun here. And I'm just going to alternate until I like the way that they look. I'm putting an orange and a light yellow and then another orange. So just arrange your petals. You know, you could make turkeys, little turkeys out of these little diamond things as turkey feathers too. They would be awfully cute. I think I'm going to switch that color out. There we go. That's better. So just play with your petals. And then once we get the placement of your petals, then you can play with it again. Okay, so this is what my petals would look like. Forget I have this piece I'm going to have to hide there in that corner. So this is going to go on the other side. So this might be not showing. Okay, so once I get the petals sort of arranged where I like them and where they're showing on my piece here. Okay, so arrange your petals first. Just like that. See if they're all even. This is the fastest way to do this. Okay, so now that you have them sort of even, I have to move this one out. This one's kind of stuck in there. It's not so even. Okay, so once you get it so that it's even and you've built your sunflower, then the trick is to carefully lift up that middle piece. Okay, put tape around your edge and then put it down. So now I'm going to use my repositionable tape and I'm going to put my repositionable tape all along the very outside there. Okay, and carefully I'm going to just put it on the petals that I have arranged. Okay, and there you go. It's a beautiful, beautiful sunflower. Now this one I had made a little mistake there, but I'm going to hide it in the corner. So now our trick is to layer our sunflower onto our base. And that is going to go, you can either put it at your upper left or your upper right. If you want, you can even bring it down to the bottom corner. So just layer where you think that is going to be. It's beautiful sunflower. And it is going to go past your base here, and that's fine. We're going to clip off the little whiskers. But I like to see where it's going to go first before I tape it down. Okay, and now I can see where my pieces are going to go, and these are mats right from the mat pack. I'm just going to add them right onto my page. So these are 4.5 by 6.5 or 4 by 6s, whichever you prefer. And then this is another one of the mats from the collection, just cut in half, and that will now become the title box. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tape down my base mats first before I tape down my sunflower, because then if I need to move my sunflower, I can. And you want to just center your mats. Now, if you want to, just because you've got 4x6 mats here, doesn't mean that you need to have 4x6 photos. You can also use circular photos on this. You could also put your mats vertically, so they can go vertically. You can cut a lot of the mats from the mat pack in half and then place a few of them along the bottom. So you've got a lot of flexibility with the mats in the mat pack. I am just showing you one idea of how you can put this together. So I am going to make a double page spread with this, and that's why I'm matching what I'm doing from one side to the other. And this will just angle just a little bit to the side. Now, once I have my mats placed, then I'm going to go back to my sunflower, and then I'm going to put the tape on it. And this will really keep your petals down. So make sure you've got tape on where they're all overlapping on the back. That will keep your petals down. Okay. And now, because this is actually going on the left-hand side, I'm just going to switch it over here. And that's going to go onto the left-hand side. Kind of just like that. Okay, and if you just flip over your paper once you have your sunflower attached, then you can just with your scissor clip off any of the pieces of your sunflower petals that are extending past the paper itself. So I'm just cutting that off with the scissor. And there you go. And if you want to decorate or add any stickers, you can. These are stickers right from that sticker collection there. And I'm just adding a couple more stickers with a little title. And just decorating the bottom with another of the little embellishments that came from that pack. So the last thing to add some real pretty pop to your sunflower is to take your fine tip pen and to do some stitching all around. And this is just on your, I'm doing stitching all around the edges of the title here and around all of the petals so that they pop. All of the petals have the stitching around them. Okay, and then that will complete your layout. And you can make a double page spread with that. And it really pops it up. And these are just using the mats and the papers right from that Sunflower Fields collection. So I hope you enjoyed your tip, and I hope you make your page and have fun. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Bev DeBono Designs. I have about 90 videos on my channel right now, and you'll love some fast and fun techniques. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.